Hi friends, welcome back. In the last lecture, we dealt with type number one when right side of linear differential equation is of the form e raised to ax or e raised to minus ax. We have solved two examples and given we also given some practice examples. I hope you have solved that examples. Also, you have no doubts. Okay, I hope. In this lecture, we will go further. In this lecture, we will see type number two. Type number two is nothing but particular integral, finding particular integral when right hand side of a linear differential equation is of the form sin ax or cos ax is real number. Okay. See type number two. Particular integral when RHS capital X is equal to sin X or cos X, replace the square by minus is square. This is a very important thing. See here, sin X, here coefficient of X, or you may say multiplier of X, nothing but A. Here, again here, multiplier of X, nothing but A. We have to replace this square by minus this square, not minus a bracket square. See here, minus this square, this is the A. Okay, we have to write minus first and we have to do square of A. Okay, and we have to replace this square by minus this. When x is equal to sin x or cos x, suppose f of d is equal to phi of d square. Okay, as you know, linear differential equation can be written as f of dy is equal to capital X nothing but right hand side of that linear differential equation. F of d is a polynomial in d. We suppose f of d as a phi of d square. Why we are writing here? Because we have to replace this square by minus this square. That's why we are assuming f of d as a phi of d square. Then the particular integral is given by formula of particular integral. Particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into capital X, and capital X is of the form or sin x or cos x. That's why here written sin x or cos x. Then pi particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d nothing but phi of d square. 1 upon phi of d square into sin x or cos x. One either sin x or cos x. Okay, one of them, not both. Okay, we are considering both sin x or cos x. Same thing we have to do either sin x or cos x. Same thing we have to follow for sin x or cos x. We have to replace this square by what minus this square. So particular integral is equal to 1 upon phi of minus this square sin ax or cos ax. Here is one thing is important, one is condition is important. Denominator must be not equal to 0. Phi of minus this square not equal to 0. Okay, if the denominator after putting this square by minus this square means we have to put in place of this square as a minus this square, then denominator become not a 0, then that answer whatever we obtain after putting that will be the our required particular integral. But denominator is 0, there may be possibility of denominator 0. If a denominator that is a phi of minus this square is 0, and that time case 3, because on the numerator there is 1, on the denominator we get 0. 1 upon 0 again it is meaningless. 1 upon 0 means infinity, it has no meaning. Okay, we cannot do against infinity. That's why we have to do next step, we have to go forward. See here, when we have to go forward, when a denominator becomes 0 after putting d square by minus a square. Otherwise, there is no need to go forward. Okay, this the if denominator not equal to 0, This is our required particularity. If the denominator is 0, then we have to go forward. See here, here we are assuming denominator is a 0, then we get particular integral is equal to x upon x we have to take, okay, because phi of minus square is 0. So we have to go here, particular integral is equal to x upon, we have to take derivative of this quantity, not we have to take because this a is constant. So denominator whole quantity becomes 0 and derivative of 0 is again 0. So we have to take this quantity. Which quantity? Phi of d square, and we have to differentiate with respect to d. That's why here written phi dash of d square. So particular integral becomes x upon phi dash of d square sin ax or cos ax. Again, we have to replace this square by minus a square. We get particular integral is equal to x upon phi dash of minus a square sin ax or cos ax, where phi dash of minus a square not equal to 0. In this way, we have to follow. Okay. Again here, if a denominator after substituting minus a square instead of this square, if this denominator becomes 0, we have to go next step. In the next step, pi will be obtained by, in place of x we have to take x square upon phi double dash of d square into sin x or cos x. In this way we have to go until denominator becomes a non-zero. Okay, this is the simple theory about when the right hand side of linear differential equation is a sin x or cos x. Okay, now let us see example number 1 related to the right hand side of the whole linear differential equation is of the form sin x or cos x. Sin x means what? Sin 2x, sin 3x, sin 5x. Likewise, cos x means cos 2x, cos 3x, cos 5x, cos 8x, cos 11x. Likewise. Okay, so see here, this is the differential equation. Solve. Here is 4 plus 5 d square plus 4y is equal to cos x by 2 into cos 3x by 2. See here, right hand side of this differential equation is cos x by 2 to cos 3x by 2. Okay, one question arises in type second. We have seen right hand side of equation is sin x or cos x, but here product. Yes, see here, here is product cos into cos. That time we have to use some trigonometric identity. By using that trigonometric identity, we have to convert addition of some sine or cos functions. Getting me? That's why now we have to use here formula cos into cos. We will see in the solution of that example. Okay, the solution. First write given differential equation. This is the given differential equation. Is the f of b y is equal to capital X is nothing but cos x by 2 into cos 3x by 2. Solution. The auxiliary equation is, what is the auxiliary equation of this linear differential equation? F of d. F of d is equal to 0. What is f of d? Is the f of d. There is 4 plus 5 d square plus 4. This is the f of d is equal to 0. This is the fourth degree polynomial in d. Okay. See here, as we have seen in the quadratic equation, in order to find root of that quadratic equation, suppose that given differential equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here, in order to find the root of that equation, we are finding two numbers such that whose sum nothing but coefficient of x and whose product nothing but that constant. In the similar way, see here, this is a polynomial. This is not a second degree polynomial, but we can use same concept here. See here, if we take two numbers 1 and 4, whose product is 4, whose sum is 5. So 1 and 4 are the factor. So this can be written as d raised to 4 plus d square plus 4d square plus 4. Take common factors and write this equation as a d square plus 1 into d square plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, product of these two terms is 0. That means either d square plus 1 is 0 or d square plus 4 is equal to 0. D square plus 1 is 0, we get d square is equal to minus 1. Okay, d square is equal to minus 1 can be written as I square. So d is equal to plus minus I. From this factor, we get root as a plus minus I. And from this, d square plus 4 is equal to 0, means d square is equal to minus 4. This implies d square is equal to minus 4 can be written as 4i square. So d square is equal to 4i square, so d is equal to plus minus 2. So root of these auxiliary equations are plus minus I plus minus 2i or 2i. Now both the roots are complex and both the roots are distinct. So we have to write a complementary function as you know, if given root of auxiliary equations are complex conjugate, that is alpha plus minus I beta, that time we have to write a complementary function e raised to alpha x into bracket c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. So uh, for this plus minus I can be written as 0 plus minus I. So here alpha is 0 and beta is 1. So use here, what do we get? E raised to alpha x c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. For this root plus minus I, alpha is 0 and beta is 1. So we get CF is equal to e raised to 0x into bracket c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. And this is the term related to the root plus minus I. Now next root is plus minus 2i. This is again a complex conjugate root. Again, if we compare that root to alpha plus minus I beta, we get alpha as a 0 and beta as a 2. So again use that concept. If a given root is alpha plus minus I beta, corresponding to that root, complementary function is e raised to alpha x c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. But here we have used here c1 and c2. So next constant we will take c3 and c4 for sake of convenience. Okay, these are the arbitrary constant. Okay, so plus minus 2i corresponding complementary function is e raised to 0x because alpha is 0 and beta is 2, e raised to 0x into bracket c3 cos 2x plus c4 sin 2x. Okay, since we have written here, if if root of the auxiliary equations are plus minus alpha plus minus I beta, that time complementary function is e raised to alpha x c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. Here alpha is 0, beta is 1. Here alpha is 0, beta is 2. Use here and add this, we get a complementary function for this linear differential equation. Now we have to find a particular integral. Particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. This is the definition of the particular integral. 1 upon f of d. F of d nothing but what here? D raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 into x. X nothing but cos x by 2 cos 3x by 2. Okay. Now here is a product of cos term, and we know the trigonometric identity. 2 cos a cos b nothing but cos a plus b cos a minus b. Here is cos x by 2 cos 3x by 2. So we have to take 2 on this side, so that 2 becomes 1 by 2 on the right hand side, and here cos a cos b, so a nothing but x by 2 and b nothing but 3x by 2. So particular integral is equal to 1 upon 2 e raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 into bracket cos a plus b, a nothing but x by 2, b nothing but 3x by 2, x by 2 plus 3x by 2, nothing but 4x by 2, 4x by 2 nothing but 2x raised to x. Next, cos a minus b, a nothing but x by 2, b nothing but 3x by 2, x by 2 minus 3x by 2, minus 2x by 2, nothing but minus x. So here is cos of minus x, and cos minus x is always cos x. So cos x by 2 into cos 3x by 2 becomes 1 upon 2. Here is 1 upon 2. I have written here 1 upon 2 here. 1 upon 2 into bracket cos x plus cos 2x. Now we have to give separate denominator to cos x and cos 2x. We get 1 upon 2 d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 cos x plus 1 upon 2 d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 into cos 2x. See now, this is the one term and this is second term. Okay, this is the particular integral. Now we say this is the particular integral number 1 and this is the particular integral number 2. We solve these two terms separately. What do we get? See here. Now here d raised to 4 plus 5 d square plus 4, we have written here d square plus 1 into d square plus 4. So Instead of this, we can write on the denominator as d square plus 1 into d square plus 4. So this first term becomes 1 upon 2 times d square plus 1 into d square plus 4. Similarly, on the second term, 1 upon 2 times d square plus 1 into d square plus 4 into cos 2x. Now, see, this is the capital X. Okay, this is capital X. See separately. In the first term, capital X nothing but cos x. On the second term, capital X nothing but cos 2x. So, in the first term, cos x a nothing but 1. And in the second term, a nothing but 2. So, here, this square is equal to minus a square. So, this square is equal to minus 1 square. So, this square is equal to minus 1. Here, a nothing but 2. So, this square is equal to minus a square, a is 2. This square is equal to minus 2 square. Nothing but this square is equal to minus 2. For the first term, we have to put this square is equal to minus 1. For the second term, we have to put this square is equal to minus 1. So, we get, see here, putting this square is equal to minus 1 and this square is equal to minus 4 in the first and the second term respectively. We get. Put here this square is equal to minus 1 in the first term. So see here, this square is equal to minus 1 plus 1. Okay, I have written here, see, minus 1 plus 1. Second term as it is, cos x plus, in the second term, we have to put this square is equal to minus 4. Put here, this square is equal to minus 4. What do we get? See here, 1 upon 2 times this square plus 1 minus 4 plus 4 into cos 2x. Now, observe here, minus 1 plus 1 0. Denominator becomes here minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 into something is 0. So here we obtained a 0 in the denominator. On the numerator there is 1. 1 upon 0 means meaningless. Same here also, minus 4 plus 4. Denominator becomes 0. 1 upon 0 meaningless. That's why, see, I have written here in bracket, denominator becomes 0 in both the terms, so case fails. We use this concept here. Okay, because in the both the term, after putting this square is equal to minus 1 and this square is equal to minus 4, denominator becomes 0. We have to use this. If phi of minus square is equal to 0 is fail, then pi obtained by x upon phi dash of this square sin ax or cos ax. Okay. Now, see here, 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 d square plus 4 into bracket 1 upon d square plus 4 cos x plus 1 upon 2 d square plus 1 1 upon d square plus 4 cos 2x. Okay. Why I am writing like this? I have taken d square plus 4 outside the bracket and d square plus 4 inside the bracket. Because in the first term, here is d square plus 1. If we put here d square is equal to minus 1, it becomes 0. That's why I have taken inside the bracket. Here also, if we put d square is equal to minus 4, this bracket becomes 0. It makes mistake. It makes denominator 0. That's why I have taken that bracket inside. Okay. Now see here, 1 upon 2 d square plus 4 x upon 2d cos x plus 1 upon 2 d square plus 1 1 upon 2d. See here, if we put here d square is equal to minus 1, denominator becomes 0. That time we have to use this property, x upon phi dash of d square. So that's why here is x upon phi dash of d square. What is phi dash? What is phi here? D square plus 1. What is derivative with this to d? 2d into cos x. Okay, this is related to this. This quantity as it is, 1 upon 2 d square plus 1. See on the second term, 1 upon 2 d square plus 1 quantity as it is into bracket, see cos 2x, if we put d square is equal to minus 4, it becomes 0. So use again this result, x, here is x, okay, here is x, x upon, sorry, here is x upon derivative of this quantity which is 2d, yes, 2d into cos 2x. Okay, now, okay, x is missing everywhere. Here is I have taken x. So here is x. Remember, here is x. Here is I have written x, but here is x. Okay. 1 upon 2 d square plus 4 x upon 2 sin x. Because x by 2 is constant, 1 upon d nothing but one time integration. One time integration of what? Cos x. Integration of cos x, sin x. Okay, that's why I have written x by 2 to sin x. Next, 1 upon 2 d square plus 1 as it is, 1 upon 2 as it is. Here x by 2 again. Here is x by 2. 1 upon d into cos 2x. Nothing but integration of cos 2x. What? Sin 2x upon 2. Here written 1 upon 2 into sin 2x. Now, here I have also given result. 1 upon d is integration of cos x is sin x. 1 upon d cos 2x, nothing but sin 2x upon 2. Now, put here this is equal to minus 1. What do we get? Here put this is equal to now put here this is equal to minus 1. Here this is equal to minus 4 because it does not make a denominator become 0. So we get here minus 1 plus 4, 3, 3 into 2, 6, 6 into 2, 12. So x sin x upon 12. Here this is equal to minus 4 into 1, minus 4 plus 1, minus 3 into 2, minus 6 into 2, minus 12, minus 12 into 2, minus 24. So x sin 2 is 24. This is the required particularity. Hence, complete solution is given by, we may call a general solution. Complete solution and general solution are both same. Here I am writing general complete solution. Hence, complete solution is y is equal to CF plus PI. CF is equal to what? You know, here is CF, where here C1 e raised to 0x means 1. E raised to 0x is 1. So remains what? CF is equal to C1 cos x plus C2 sin x plus C3 cos 2x plus C4 sin 2x. We get CF here. C1 cos x plus C2 sin x plus C3 cos 2x plus C4 sin 2x, and this is the PI. X by 12 sin x minus x sin 2x by 24. This is the example number 1. Okay. See, one more thing is important. Before watching videos, you take the rough page over 1 or 2 rough pages and pen also. Do steps one by one. Okay, and continue the lecture. You also do same things. Somewhere pause that video and read once again whether all the steps are understood or not. If all steps are not understood, go back and watch from that. Watch from starting the solution. Okay, in this way you can understood easily solution of that exam. Okay, next, now we see example number 2. See here, d square minus 5d plus 6y is equal to sin 3x. See here, this is again linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Right hand side is what? Sin 3x. Okay, is of the form of sin x or cos x. What is the a? A nothing but 3 here. Okay, so we use type number 2 in order to find a particular integral, because this is a linear differential equation. Its solution is given by complementary function plus particular integral. Okay, so let us first find complementary function. The auxiliary equation is f of d is equal to 0. What is f of d? D square minus 5d plus 6 is equal to 0. And this is the quadratic equation. Root of this equation is 2 and 3. Both the roots are real because there is no imaginary unit in the roots. So all the roots are real. There is two roots. All the roots are real, and both the roots are unequal. That is different roots, distinct roots. Corresponding to this root, we write a complementary function as c1 e raised to 2x plus c2 e raised to 3x. You may write d1 e raised to 2x or d2 e raised to 3x. Or you can write c1 e raised to 3x plus c2 e raised to 2x. No problem. That gives the required complementary function. Now we have to find a particular integral. Particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d x. X nothing but sin 3x and f of d nothing but d square minus 5d plus 6. Okay, here capital X nothing but sin ax, so we have to replace d square by minus s square, a nothing but 3, so d square is equal to minus 3 square, d square is equal to minus 3 bracket square, sorry, minus 3 square, we get d square is equal to minus 9, not plus 9. D square is equal to minus 9. What do we get? Pi is equal to 1 upon minus 9 minus 5d plus 6 into sin 3x. 1 here minus 9 plus 6 minus 3 minus 5d. Take minus common. Here I am writing minus 1 upon 5d plus 3 into sin 3x. Okay. Here, see in this step, pi is equal to minus 1 upon 5d plus 3 sin 3x. Here, denominator is 5d plus 3. It does not involve the term this way, because if right hand side is of the form sin x or cos x, that time we have to put this square nothing but minus s square. Here, this square nothing but minus 9. So, in order to obtain d square on the denominator, okay, for that we are rationalizing here. Here 5d plus 3 multiply numerator and denominator by, here take minus sign, 5d minus 3. Getting me? Why I am multiplying and dividing 5d minus 3? Because we have to obtain this square on the denominator. That's why we are multiplying this 5. Here is 5d plus 3, but we are multiplying 5d minus 3 upon 5d minus 3. Multiplying, dividing 5d minus 3. Otherwise, it becomes 6. Now, see here, on the numerator, minus of 5d minus 3 sin 3x. Okay, and on the denominator, 5d plus 3, 5d minus 3. As you know, one formula, simple formula we have obtained in, I think, 6th or 7th class. This is the formula here. Formula we will use here, 5d plus 3, 5d minus 3. As you know, result a plus b, a minus b. A is 5d, b is 3. And as you know, a plus b, a minus b, nothing but s square minus b square. Okay, so a is here 5d and b is here 3. So we get 5d bracket square minus 3 square. See here, 5d bracket square nothing but 25d square minus 3 square nothing but 9. On the numerator, see, minus multiply sin 3x inside the bracket. What do we get? 5d sin 3x minus 3 sin 3x. Now, minus 1 upon 5d square minus 9. See here, you may give a denominator separate to each term. We get minus 1 upon 25d square minus 9. Here 5 into d of sin 3x. As you know, 1 upon d nothing but first integration, 1 upon d square second integration, 1 upon d cube third integration, and so on. Third time integration and so on. Here d of sin 3x nothing but first derivative of sin 3x. Derivative of sin 3x is cos 3x into 3. I have written here 3 cos 3x. Here minus sign, here minus sign. We get plus 3 into, denominators are again same, 1 upon 5 25 d square minus 9. 3 into sin 3x as it is, because there is no d or d square or 1 upon d. There is nothing like this. So write sin 3x as it is. We get pi is equal to minus 1 upon 25 d square minus 9, 5 into 3 cos 3x plus 1 upon 25 d square minus 9 into 3 sin 3x. Now put d square is equal to minus 9. Okay, here I have putting here d square is equal to minus 9. Here again put d square is equal to minus 9. Solve denominator, we get minus 1 upon, after solving this, we get minus 234 minus 234, 15 cos 3x plus 1 upon minus 234, 3 sin 3x. Here minus minus plus 1 upon 2, 3, 4, 15 cos 3x minus 1 upon 2, 3, 4, 3 sin 3x. Take simplify all this, we get particular integral as 1 upon 78 into bracket 5 cos 3x minus sin 3x. Now write complete solution or general solution of the given equation as y is equal to CF plus PI, and this is the CF, here is CF, C1 e raised to x plus C2 e raised to x, C1 e raised to 2x plus C2 e raised to 3x. What we have taken here CF, that must be right here. Otherwise, there may be no marks. Okay, CF is here, C1 e raised to x plus C2 e raised to x. Pi is 1 upon 78 into bracket 5 cos 3x minus sin 3x. Okay, this is all about type number 2, when right hand side of the linear differential equation is x is equal to cos 3x or sin x. Okay, these are the practice examples. Solve this example. If you have any doubt,